So, Mr. Bhushan, you have spoken for more than 20 minutes, and
I'm relieved.
I analyzed that you were thinking while speaking, and I will upload that video too
Sure,
on
sure.
my channel. And I am very happy that you try to speak your mind because you were taking time, not in negative sense, but you were trying to critically analyze what your thesis is all about, and you
Because
have.
because see the fact that I have to present a short synopsis of the thesis that I've written, so it should not be talking about the facts. Rather, it should be a sort of a summary trial that encapsulates everything in toto. So I had this pressure of trying to get in everything that I could within the constraint of time that I had.
So, what was the question that was asked from the external?
The external expert asked, she was very positive in reception of my idea, in receiving my idea, and then she asked that, Bhaskar, in the light of your thesis, how would you situate Franz Kafka's The Trial? So, to that I replied that, see, the relevant aspect of Franz Kafka's storytelling, the element of story as a constitutive element, still remains relevant
So, Kafka
because
is
of the
also a.
perspectives that he was trying to bring out to the common man through literature. But what happens is the milieu that he came from becomes irrelevant because the the system that he or she was trying to talk about is very different from our system, but the perspectives still holds and will always hold even after 200 years.
So, how do you put yourself after the pre submission?
I'm relieved. I'm jubilant. I'm
Are you elated?
sort of elated because I'm finally done with one part of my PhD journey, and I'll make sure that I submit within the set framework.
And how was the response of other
Yes,
members?
they were gracious enough to remind me कि 90 दिन के अंदर आपको करना है. आपने बहुत अच्छा बोला.
Why didn't you tell them about the trial procedure that takes place in the
See,
court?
I use the word appellate jurisdiction.
Yes.
So
Were you referring to High Court?
yes. So if I use that word because I had to talk about that, but suddenly then I realized that in high courts also there are certain elements of so-called reconstitution of facts that happen. So I knew within the time frame that I had, and I was short of time. So I thought of taking a U-turn and not getting into the details of High Court vis-a-vis Supreme Court, or for that matter, a trial court under a judicial magistrate first class or a district judge, because trial essentially talks about
Sessions judge, you mean?
sessions judge.
In civil matters, you
In
deal with district judge.
exactly, in civil matters you deal with a district
And they
judge.
are appointed under Article 233 of the
233 of Constitution
Constitution
of India. Yes, I remember that. Thank you for reminding me.
and
Okay.
234 for the other subordinate
Subordinate
judicial
judge.
appointments.
Yes. But that happens
I think
under.
you have
But
been
that
through the
happens under.
Constitution of
But
India a
that
number
happens
of times.
under. Who actually appoints them?
In case of district judge,
Who?
it is the governor.
Yes.
Again, the states come
Yes.
into the light.
So this is what I was talking about. How the state gets into different schemes.
But this is not applicable to Supreme Court judges.
No, that is why I said this is how the machinations of checks and balances of the legal system work. And for a literary mind, for people who do not know law, it may be very technical. They may think of it as a very think of it as a system which is operating in monochrome or in black and white, but that is not the case. And to those people who may say that, oh ho, injustice हो रहा है, बहुत time लग रहा है, these are the checks and balances put in place precisely that no one is able to abuse the element of justice, and no one gets exploited in the name of justice. But two sides of the same coin. So this is what happens.
So you took the name of book 1984. Is it about 1984 Sikh riots which had taken
No,
place
no,
in
no,
India,
it's
or
not
is it
about.
about something else?
See, Kafka writing in 1949 took a, let's say, a threshold period of 1984. Probably he was writing it in 1948 because that was published in 1949. So he kind of may have reversed the numbers and it became 84, because somebody writing in